a young adolescent, and with like things like sexual abuse, a lot of women have experienced in some shape or form.
Mm,
Unfortunately, in my story, it was the case for me, and I feel like that took away in a very pivotal age, where I was shaping who I was and who and how I relate to men in relationships. It took
mm,
a lot of that um, building block away from me. And so the repercussion of that, obviously, unconsciously, was manifesting in
mm,
unhealthy relationships. That was the first step in choosing myself and deciding that I didn't want to repeat those karmic cycles of
yeah.
um, push-pull dynamics, and unconsciously manifesting the same things into my field, right? And
Mm,
validating every time I would manifest similar traits in men that would
mm.
validate my unworthiness, that would
The healthy relationship or the healthy love when you're in that state is actually what's scary and uncomfortable because you're like, oh, I don't know what to
so
do with this.
uncomfortable. Right. And that's exactly it. It's like, but like, are you going what hard are you going to choose? Like the hard
Mm.
of repeating the
Yeah.
cycles over and over again. And
Mm.
sometimes we do. Sometimes each encounter, we do get little pieces of our puzzle.
Yeah.
But once you have formulated and you've actually recognized the repeated cycles, you can really like narrow down the lack inside yourself. And when you have trauma and we have that repeated trauma, so we keep
Mm,
experiencing the
mm,
same rejection, same abandonment.
mm.
And what happens in that process is we actually are validating those wounds. We're validating our unworthiness. Maybe we're meeting our divine union from that traumatized state.
Yeah.
We're meeting our twin flame, but we're already not healed. We're not in
Yes.
divine union with source. When we decide to walk away from something that's not for us,
Mm.
we actually give permission to that person for their soul to
Yeah.
carry on and get their learning.
And we create the space for what is for us to come in, like you said
Mm.
before.
You've come from trauma,
Yeah.
the healthy relationship is going to feel really uncomfortable because it's going to ask a lot of you. It's going to
Yeah.
ask you to show up in uncomfortable places. And it's not just saying let down your boundaries. It's like having uncomfortable conversations,
Yeah.
having those adult
Yeah.
conversations,
Yeah.
navigating your triggers and showing up with responding instead
Mm.
of reacting.